Who was she? Why was she important, and how is she still relevant today? Questions I hope to answer on this episode of Who Was She? Emily Dickinson edition. So, who was she? She was an American poet born in Amherst, Massachusetts on December 10th, 1830. In her youth, she attended Amherst Academy as well as a women's seminary school in which she only attended for 1 year. She had a younger sister, Lavinia, or Vinnie Norcross Dickinson, which is not to be confused with her aunt, Lavinia Norcross. She also had an older brother named William Austin Dickinson, which will become a more important character later on. Edward Dickinson, her father, was a member of the House of Representatives as a Whig. If you're unfamiliar with that term, please go check a dictionary or look it up. In this circumstance, it just meant that her and her father did not share the same values and ideas. Her mother, Emily Norcross Dickinson, spent her days in the kitchen cooking meals for her family. When Emily was a teenager, she had her father get a maid for her so that she wouldn't have to do her share of the chores and rather focus on her writing. The maid that would be hired would be an Irish woman by the name of Margaret O'Brien. Later on in Emily's life, Margaret O'Brien would actually be replaced with another maid by the name of Margaret, also an Irish woman. Just some irony. Edward Dickinson, he did not appreciate or respect women writers and had tried multiple times to get Emily to give up her dreams of being a poet. Thankfully, Emily could not be persuaded because, come on, it's Emily Dickinson. Be honest. Would you be persuaded if you were Emily Dickinson? Probably not. Dickinson's closest relationship was with Austen's wife, Susan Huntington Gilbert Dickinson. Although there were dozens of poems and letters written claiming her love for Susan, the couple would remain in hiding until the poet's death on May 15, 1886. The poet would go on to write 1,776 poems, only publishing 10, most of which weren't even under her name. Some E. Dickinson, or E.D. for short, but most were anonymous. Dickinson asked Vinnie to destroy and burn all of her poems when she passed. However, Vinnie, being the loving sister that she was, had all of her poems published in a collection. In 1862, during the United States Civil War, she wrote 366 poems. In her poems, you will find themes of death, life, love, and nature. Today, people can visit her home where she spent the entirety of her life up until the moment that she left this world.